All the dots. Well, of course we reach out to her. No one's beyond saving.
Fig! No! Ringo, use soul hack! Fig has a soul, doesn't she? You can connect to it! What? But...
Just do it! You can't give up on her now! This is the only chance we've got! There's still a future where the two of you make it! So hurry!
Right!
We'll see you when you both get back.
Is this wise? I mean, that screams no right there.
Protection, set to 0. Soul hack! Systems are go! I don't care if it destroys me! I know I can still save you! Don't leave me! This is so... nice.
The question is, will she even want to come back, though?
You think so?
After all the battle and danger you've been through, this is what you stepped back for. To help the children. To help give these new lives a future.
Please, it's nothing that noble.
Choosing not to fight doesn't make you weak. It made you a good person. I can fight so you don't have to. So the children don't have to.
You can't stay here anymore. Go back to the others.
I'm not leaving you here!
That's why I can never give up.
I finally found you, Fig.
Ringo. You hacked an Aion construct's soul? You're as reckless as ever.
That's Ringo, yeah.
Says the lady who tried to hack the entire human race. That's not like you. What am I saying? I can't say what's like you. I never even tried to know you. I think that ended up really weighing on you. In a lot of ways. I'm sorry, Fig.
No. I was the one who hurt you. And you're my friend. I'm the one who should apologize. I'm glad we got a chance to clear the air before we said goodbye.
What are you talking about, Fig? You're coming back with me. The squad's gonna kill me if I come back alone.
I can't. I already made my decision to fight you. I have to take responsibility for what I've done. And I want to honor Raven's memory in my own way.
So it was Raven who drove you to this.
You must think I'm so stupid. Trying to change the world just because my emotions took over.
Nah, that sounds like pretty much everyone I've ever met. Besides, my own emotions are the whole reason I'm here. Your death isn't gonna make Raven happy. Even I know he wouldn't have wanted that. So come on.
If I go with you, I'd be betraying him.
Look, Fig. This world is way more complex than we thought. We can't just let one experience, one moment of pain define how we want to live our lives. No single person thinks the same way. That's where all this conflict comes from. That's why you and I fought too. But if you see any beauty in those differences, then I don't think this is the right way to end it.
Ringo.
The two of us, all of us can think about how to deal with this. Talk it over together, right? We can even fight or argue sometimes. We're a part of Aion. We're supposed to have this transcendent intelligence, right? We can find an answer if we look hard enough. So, come on.
Okay, what now? Too much damage to her soul?
Take my hand, Fig!
Thank you, Ringo. But I believe this is the end. Farewell. Ringo, give up! Let me go! If you don't, you'll get pulled in with me!
You can't leave. If you're gonna disappear somewhere else, then I'm coming with you. I don't want another sad goodbye. I don't want that ever again.
You can't just say that. That's not fair, Ringo.
Sorry.
I know I'm being selfish, but it's okay. As long as we're together, I don't care where we go. Even if it means there's nothing waiting for us.
Ringo! It's you.
Your story doesn't end here.
Ringo! Are you alright? Where's Fig? Is she with you? You two better get here soon, or we're coming in after you!
Yeah? And how do you plan to do that? Just be patient. We can trust them.
Hurry on back. Sounds like your friends are all waiting to see you.
Raven!
Fig, let's go home. Come on.
Well, it's nice to see Raven at the end there. A few days later.
You know, I was kinda expecting some of that craziness at the municipal tower to make the news.
Well, not when so many people want it covered up. Sounds like Yatagarasu's doing a good job keeping the eyewitness accounts under control.
Phantom certainly doesn't want to stand out either. They've got their hands full smoothing everything over.
Hey, don't make that face. It's all in the past.
Exactly. Relax, girl. Have some pizza.
You agents of Aion are going to be plenty busy yourselves. Better focus on the future instead of dwelling on the past.
Again though, they got 3 jars of mayo right there. 3 jars.
Right. Thank you.
What do you need 3 jars of mayo for?
Oh yeah. What happened to the Covenants after all that anyway?
Yatagarasu's wondering the same thing.
Same here. Phantom's scrambling to find them. Nobody's got any idea what happened.
So either they disappeared or maybe someone else out there's got them now. No way to know for sure. Our summoning powers came back too. Kinda sad Sabbaths are off the table though.
I'm glad we managed to finish analyzing that. Our workaround was certainly a powerful system, but it wouldn't be right to keep those limitations in place indefinitely.
Especially since we'll be going our separate ways tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, snap out of it, boss. This is supposed to be our last hurrah before we all get back to our lives. You can't just give us the silent treatment now.
On a normal day, you'd be talking our ears off.
It's because everyone's leaving. She's feeling lonely.
What?
It's an unfamiliar parting. A sense of loss and longing, unlike the grief of death. It's a new experience, so we're not sure how to handle it.
Hey, it's not like that.
Whoa, there you go, I guess. Sounding a little more familiar.
So you do have a cute side. Strange that it'd only come out now.
Oh, shut up. Maybe now I don't have all these jerks following me around, I'll finally have some peace and quiet.
Oh my. Maybe you'll have some of that mayo.
Not that it matters, but what are everybody's plans anyway?
I'm going back to Yatagarasu. All things considered, I might have gone a little rogue. I'd better make a report, for good faith if nothing else. Plus, I've got more battles ahead of me. Fighting to end the fighting, right? How about you, Milady? If you need somewhere to go, I could vouch for you with Yatagarasu.
I'm fine, thanks. I'll be going back to the Phantom Society.
Would they even take you back? You nearly killed one of their top guys.
Ringo, we know the fact that she becomes Iron Mask in the future, so...
It's not like the entire organization is against me. Besides, I've got something I need to look into.
Ah, the beard guy. Azazel, huh?
Yes, him and the rest of the Grand Executors.
Wait, you two are just going back to your old gangs? If we're just gonna go back to killing each other here, I am not playing mediator for you.
I think they'll be fine. Arrow and Milady want the same thing. That's something we all share. Even you, Saizo.
Speaking of, what do you plan on doing next?
Probably gonna keep freelancing. The whole mess left me with a lot to think about, you know? But no more rolling with the highest bidder. I think from now on, I'm sticking to work I can be proud of. Protecting the world in the ways that I can. Protecting Ash, too.
Sounds like you've got your own path to walk. It might be a harder one than Arrow or Melody's.
What about you? Aion's going to have a lot of work ahead of them.
The plan's to start getting directly involved in mankind's future, right? Sounds like a big job. Your first meetings today?
Yes.
I have to wonder how humanity will react to you.
Well, someone once told me, singularities occur outside the public eye. Usually, anyway.
Fig, look after Ringo for us. She'd clearly fall apart without you around.
Of course.
Maybe the conflict really does never end.
That's life.
Now you're getting it. Well, on that note, I think I'll head out. If I keep sticking around talking, I'll never let myself leave. See you around, Ringo. Fig. It was one hell of a bumpy ride, but I'm glad I stayed on.
Same here. If we ever need an MC, we know who to call.
Please give Ash my regards.
Take care.
He has really long legs, doesn't he? Really long legs.
I should go too. Thanks for the memories. Try not to bicker too much.
I'll keep that in mind.
Can you believe this? Milady, of all people, telling us not to argue with each other. Times sure have changed. See you.
Well, as much as I'd love to stay, I should get back to my work. So, thanks for everything. All we went through. Kaburagi, Dr. Mangetsu, Raven. That would have broken me a long time ago. But I'm okay, because I had you two. If you ever need anything, just reach out. I'll be there for you. Not as a Yatagarasu agent, though. As a friend.
Yeah.
There they go.
Yeah. We should probably head out too.
Huh? Oh, right.
Wait. Fig, are you nervous?
No, I mean, of course not.
It's okay. We're all in this together, right?
Right.
I don't trust happy endings. What's the catch? Turns and looks at the door, being like, "You'll be back." They always come back.
After the battle at the municipal tower, I managed to bring Fig back to us. We even got all of Aion fully restored somehow. Ever since, Flamma's gotten a little more laid back, near as I can tell, anyway. Aion never questioned Fig's choices at the end. They said it was because Fig's still a part of them. I guess all her emotions and decisions came from her, and she came from Aion, and that's good enough for them. And, based on all our experiences among mankind, Aion came to a conclusion.
Wipe out mankind.
They decided it was time to formally announce ourselves to human society. Up until now, they'd defined themselves as observers on high, removed from humanity. So this was a pretty big shift. Aion had only ever existed as a solitary being. That is, until Fig and I were created to walk among the humans. Humanity's been shouldering all kinds of burdens. Their qualia, relationships, pasts, presents, futures. Aion can't move forward without embracing these concepts of thinking and feeling. The concept of a me and the concept of a you. We can't go on living without mutual understanding or dissent. We can't go on living outside of the past, present, and future. Maybe it's existentially backwards in some ways. Or maybe it's a step forward for an even greater evolution. In any case, Aion decided their place was at humanity's side. Even with all the predictive calculations in the world, we can't know what tomorrow holds. But I think we'll be okay. As long as we're not alone, we'll be fine wherever the future takes us.
I'm guessing that's the credits now then. I'd say that pretty much kind of like that ending kind of sums up my thoughts on the game, where it's like the story's sort of like almost like it's not finished. There's like bits around it where it's like, well, I'd like to see this new world. I'd like to understand like the relationships that could be therefore brought about as a result of that. Just loads of little things where it's like, I would have liked to have seen that. I would have liked to have seen this. Like the story's sort of like, it's missing some components. I don't know how to put it any other way. It's like it's missing something to really, really like push it to the levels of like something like Alice has done elsewhere, like SMT5, which is, you know, the usual SMT kind of story. But still, it's a cohesive story, like you feel like it's complete. This is like, it just feels like it's, I don't know, it just feels like it's missing something to me, and I can't put my finger on what. It may be the conclusion, or like the feeling of like what Aion is in the grand scheme of things. That I feel like we should have had more about that. Like we got a slight understanding, but it's like, how's that going to work? How's Aion revealing itself going to really change too much about the world? How? You say it's going to be great and all this type of stuff, but I want to see that world. I want to experience that world, or understand the consequences of like that action and what that could take beforehand. Would have been nice. Would have been nice. I did like the twist though of like Raven being Iron Mask, even though to me it was kind of obvious because Bosco's voice kind of made it a bit sort of like, well, I'm not going to mention it until it's revealed, but it was like, kind of gave it away to me, but it was like, I'm just not going to say anything. Gameplay wise, I like the stacking system. I really like that, especially because of the Jack Frosts and Pyrojack. I loved it. I love that aspect, them coming together like hee 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 ho and all that type of stuff. I love that. I love the Sabbath system. I really did like that system. I really started to lean into that. Probably a bit too much. A hiccup then. That's good. Probably a bit too much, I'd say. Interested to see where it could go. It's like, do I prefer it to say to like push, or one more, or all out attack and all that type of stuff? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's probably nice to have that distinction, that difference though. Whether that was in the original Soul Hackers, I don't know, because I've not played the Devil Summoner side of SMT until now, obviously with Soul Hackers too. Just the Devil Summoner chain, isn't it? I think it is, if I remember correctly. But yeah, gameplay other than that though, it's sort of like the dungeon designs are kind of dull. It's like, oh, you got a shipping district, and then you've got another shipping district which looks pretty much the same, using the same resources. Nothing really interesting going on there. It's like kind of bland, kind of just corridorish. And then you look at something like the Central Line, which is an abandoned underground subway system. Just corridors, very bland corridors, nothing really interesting going on there. And then you get another version of it. It was slightly interesting when we got to some of the buildings, some of the towers. It got interesting when we got to the place that looked like it was underwater. That was like, yeah, this is what I wanted. Because I'm thinking over to that case of like, you look at SMT5, it's a big, vibrant, dead world. Like, it doesn't look interesting for a purpose. But there's still a lot of things going on in that dead world. It's like, there's not a lot of colour. Like, there's an area that's orange, there's an area that's red, but it's like, the world is dead. There's lots of places you can jump up and move around. It's very much open world-ish. You can really get up places, explore. It made that interesting. I liked that. And then you look at something like Persona, which again, from Atlas. And the dungeon designs there are amazing. Absolutely adore them. Like think about like Kamoshida's Palace is a good one straight off. Like, that was great design. Absolutely great design. And then just going through it, Madarame's. Even, I mean, you have a freaking Space Palace. Like, yes, this is very, very good. I did like that. And here it's like corridors. I would have expected more. So it's like mixed feelings on this game is how I'd say. Mixed feelings. But definitely enjoyed my time. And I hope you enjoyed our journey through it. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see if there's any post-credits. I'm guessing no. So, we're obviously going to end that part here. And that's probably going to be the end of the Let's Play. So thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And there'll probably be more SMT coming up in future. I mean, we still got Persona going out at the moment. But I'll put it here at least for those who don't read the community page or anything like that. I do plan on doing a Persona 3 portable Let's Play. male side, because I've already done a Let's Play as the female side, so it's like, we'll do the male protagonist. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. So we'll see you around anyway. Ta-da for now.